obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why MercyOne offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. MercyOne, your best life, our one purpose.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievement.
Good evening and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa, home of the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Joanna Settles, I'm Emery Songer, and in just a moment we're going to have the matchup between Estherville Lincoln Central and Vinton-Shellsburg in the Class 3A quarterfinals. This is the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company, and Joanna, first of all, good to see you.
You too.
I'm very excited for this. Estherville Lincoln Central comes in as the team to beat, I think, in Class 3A. I don't know if there's any statistical element that you could point to that someone in this bracket is better than them on, but this is why we play the games.
It is. The only person that really contends with them well is Newell Fonda, a different class. They had a 2-point battle with them earlier this year because they run a similar style.
But at the same time, ELC still pulled out the win.
Yes, they did.
They are still undefeated as they head into this bracket as the number one seed. So let's go ahead and talk first of all with our Kruger seeds of the game, or our Road to State. My mistake. Our Road to State with both of these teams. As we take a look, our two teams, Estherville Lincoln Central and Vinton-Shellsburg. Those are not the teams that we have. But if you're looking at the tournament trail, first of all, for the 8th seed in Vinton-Shellsburg, they were not as dominant, but they still had 3 comfortable victories in their 3 games to get to state.
They did, and when you look at that paper, what you see is these 6 seniors. I think Coach would start all 6 if he could, but they'd get a technical. No, it's a really special group.
We're not 6 on 6 anymore, right?
We're not, but they have these really special 6 seniors that are just a family. They've been with their coach since 3rd grade, so they fight, and they're tenacious. They know they're the underdogs, and they're going to come and do what they can today.
As for Lincoln Central, they were not tested in their 3 games coming to state.
No, their point differential is ridiculous. They win by a lot, and they win often, and they continue to be undefeated.
Yeah, 71-12, 71-17, and then 82-40 to get here. We'll see if Vinton-Shellsburg can give them something when they come back for this game, the 1-8 matchup in Class 3A. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll give you the Kruger seeds of the game. We'll also give you so much more, including the opening tip-off and starting lineups. That's coming up next. This is the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team, and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Welcome back. Estherville, Lincoln Central, and Vinton-Shellsburg preparing for their matchup here at the quarterfinal round of the Girls State Basketball Tournament, Wells Fargo Arena. Emery Songer along with Joanna Settles, and it's time for our Seeds to Success. Today's Seeds for Success, let's start with Vinton-Shellsburg. They're an 8 seed. It's going to be a tough uphill battle. What needs to happen, Joanna, for them to try to pull this huge upset?
Well, number one, they have to limit their turnovers, right? I think 15 is always a good number. 15 and under, it's always really tough to do against ELC. They do have a height advantage. They need to dominate the boards with their height.
Okay, what about Estherville Lincoln Central? Obviously coming in as a big favorite, not just for this game, but for the entire tournament in Class 3A. What do they need to do to get off to a good start here?
Well, they love to push the tempo, control that tempo, and force other teams into turnovers. And they also will full court press the entire 32 minutes. So they are relentless. They're here to defend their title. And there's a reason with the style of play that they have a 32-point differential over their competitors this season.
Yeah, and that's just on average. And like we mentioned, their 3 games on the tournament trail, 71-12, 71-17, and 82-40. That is insane in terms of point differential for ELC. Today's Seeds for Success was brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. You can learn more at krugerseed.com. We'll take one more break, come back with the starting lineups, and also get you set for tip-off. We got the quarterfinals of Class 3A, Estherville, Lincoln Central, and Vinton-Shellsburg next. This is the High School Girls Network, brought to you by the Mid-American Energy Company.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Vinton-Shellsburg High School and Estherville Lincoln Central High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. A member of the IGHSAU Student Advisory Committee will do the presenting of our awards. From Vinton-Shellsburg, Bart and Nikki Bruce. And from Estherville, Lincoln Central, Don and Deb Saylor. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Fans, it's now time to introduce our players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for Vinton-Shellsburg. Number 3, Addie Qualley. Number 5, Victoria Humiston. Number 12, Peyton Clemenson. Number 20, Julia Johnson. Number 21, Aspen Millard. Number 22, Tess Erickson. Number 23, Addison Fippen. Number 24, Allison Kaut. Number 30, Gracie McClintock. And number 45, Callie Burke. The assistant coaches for the Vikettes, Joe Johnson, Ryan Davis, Katie Hager, and Taryn Sutton. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for Estherville Lincoln Central. Number 3, Kara Schultz. Number 5, Tatum Dunleavy. Number 12, Lexi Juergens. Number 21, Morgan Claybaugh. Number 32, Zoe DeRuyter. Number 33, Jalissa Smith. Number 34, Hillary Rushy. And number 40, Evelyn Nath. Assistant coaches for Estherville Lincoln Central, Annie Calouse, Scott Stokes, and Mitch Crean. And now let's meet the starters in alternating fashion for Vinton-Shellsburg and Estherville Lincoln Central. For Vinton-Shellsburg, number 10, Abby Davis. For Estherville Lincoln Central, number 1, Bree Christopher. For Vinton-Shellsburg, number 11, Sophia Kreitner. For Estherville Lincoln Central, number 14, Jordan Stokes. For Vinton-Shellsburg, number 15, Ashley Meyer. For Estherville Lincoln Central, number 20, Riley Yeager. For Vinton-Shellsburg, number 33, Alyssa Griffith. For Estherville Lincoln Central, number 22, J.C. Anderson. For Vinton-Shellsburg, number 44, Briley Bruce. And for Estherville Lincoln Central, number 23, Haley Stokes. Head coach for Vinton-Shellsburg is Rich Heisman. And for Estherville Lincoln Central, Don Martindale. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area in front of the scorer's table for the introduction of our officials for tonight's game, as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Travis Berkey, Chad Slagle, and Garrett Wirtz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
We are ready for state tournament basketball. Vinton-Shellsburg wearing their dark uniforms, the black trimmed in gold and white, Vikets across the front. And, of course, Estherville Lincoln Central in the home whites as the top overall seed is there are Farm Bureau insurance for Benton County and Emmett County. As you can see, Teresa Meyer and Ken Jensen. I'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for all of their support. They have an office located in each county across Iowa, and we thank their offices. Thanks for your support of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Girl. Quick first shot, air ball, and the rebound pulled down by Vinton-Shellsburg and Briley Bruce, and they'll have the ball. If you haven't watched a lot of girls high school basketball or high school basketball in general this year, you'll notice the shot clock in effect, and you might see a little bit quicker pace of play, especially when you have a big underdog like this. As here's a drive on the right side, Abby Davis a little strong, rebound pulled down and carried out by Haley Stokes. And quickly ahead the other direction is Riley Yeager to break the seal off the top of this one for the first 2 points of the game.
Yes, Haley Stokes is so impressive. A beautiful pass right there for the assist on the offensive end. And the first possession, you actually saw them in a half-court offense, which is something you don't see ELC do very often because they're always in the fast break and transition.
They're wanting to score 70-plus every single game as there is going to be a foul, and it's going to be on the floor. A foul will result in a out-of-bounds pass, inbounded to Sophia Kreitner. Kreitner dribbles it to the top. Talk about this ELC defense. They are incredibly aggressive the entire length of the floor.
This year, I look for them to jump passing lanes. They do that so well.
Rebound off the miss to Bree Christopher. Their three-point attempt by Ashley Meyer. Meyer is a 22% three-point shooter. Here's a nice little cut and a quick kick out. This is Jordan Stokes. Stokes dribbles into the paint, goes through, a little too far underneath the rim, and the rebound cleared out of there by Briley Bruce.
And you see the press by the midgets right away.
And this is off a miss, which you do not see too awful much in any high school basketball, at boys or girls.
Unless you're in Estherville. Then you do.
That is correct. That is a way of life. Minute and a half into this one, just 2-0 ELC. Vikets with the basketball. Backing in is Meyer, out to the right wing. This is Alyssa Griffith. Not a lot of space to dribble and drive, not a lot of movement. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here to the elbow. Interior pass, and Bruce has her shot rejected twice by Christopher, and a shot clock violation. The 5'9" Christopher getting the better of the 5'11" Briley Bruce twice at the end of the shot clock, and the turnover.
That's that aggressiveness in everything the ELC does, right? They are going after the ball. Those are clean looks. Those are clean touches.
Going the other direction here, ELC setting up the offense. The shot clock, by the way, 35 seconds in the girls' game. The free throw line just above it is Stokes. She'll pull it for three. Money.
Can't give her an inch.
Haley Stokes, 51.2% from the floor, 21 points per game, over 33% from three-point land. And then a foul called on the drive against this press. You're probably going to see quite a bit of whistles either direction. A blocking foul is going to be the second on ELC, and our first substitutions coming into the game here for Vinton-Shellsburg.
And that's one thing that Stokes has to be careful with, right? She has to stay out of foul trouble. She's going to be aggressive, so she just has to be wise here and wait for a little while to get her second foul.
Now, of course, our substitutions all game long, all tournament long, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com as Kaylee Burke, the miss. Rebound here to Estherville Lincoln Central.
It was a great post-up on the out-of-bounds play. Too bad she didn't connect with that little left-handed kiss off the glass. Just didn't fall for her.
They run a pretty tight rotation, does Estherville Lincoln Central. As for a team that presses, you'd think they'd have to go, 8 to 10 deep. That's not really the way that they play. As here's a kick out and a drive. J.C. Anderson, Christopherson, not this time. And this one's going to be rebounded and pulled out, carried out by Alyssa Griffith. It is Ashley Meyer, and then inside, there she is. Callie Burke, her first two, and then a blocking foul trying to get the steal here. Going to be called on Julia Johnson, who also just entered the game. She averages 8 points off the bench, does Julia Johnson, and she picks up her first. And there is the first substitution for ELC, as coming into the game is Hillary Rushy, replacing Christopher.
Yes, Julia Johnson's a great three-point shooter. She lives the spot up as they penetrate and kick quite a bit. She's made 38 threes so far this year.
That is tied for the team high in three-point makes. 4:40 to go first quarter. 5-2, Estherville Lincoln Central. Here's Haley Stokes on the dribble. She'll pull it from three at the top of the key. Miss. Great crash right off the bench. Hillary Rushy makes her presence known, and she puts it back up for two. Good crossover. Abby Davis getting it into the front court. Kick out three on the way by Johnson. This one is a little bit off, and the rebound pulled down. How about immediate impact by Hillary Rushy off the bench? Nearly an over and back there. She made the pass back to her point guard, Riley Yeager, as she crossed the middle line, but nothing there. Rushy almost had the offensive rebound, had it poked away from behind and stolen there by Julia Johnson. ELC the 5-point lead early. Vinton-Shellsburg needing to try to generate some offense. Picking up the dribble here is Davis. She's in trouble. 5-second call. Even with the shot clock, the 5-second call is still in effect for being closely guarded, and that's where the turnover came in for Davis there.
It did. She wasn't quite sure what to do. They aren't used to that much pressure. You can tell they're already uncomfortable, which is exactly what Estherville Lincoln Central wants to do. Now let's talk about the defense of Vinton-Shellsburg. What is going on right here, right? There's face guarding. They're doing a junk defense, all right? The Stokes girls are so good. What do you do to stop them? Well, you try a junk defense. So it's a triangle and two. They're face guarding both Stokes girls, and once they give it up, they don't want them to have the ball back. So the other three are in a zone. So it's an interesting one. We'll talk about it again when we get back to the other end.
Doing what they can to try to slow down one of the most powerful offenses in all of girls high school basketball this year in the state of Iowa. Blakettes do get possession on the rebound, which was tipped out of bounds by Rushy, and they'll bring it into the front court. Again, the defense has been solid to this point. It's just can they generate the offense. Here's Davis all the way, comes up short on the layup, and here's the quick breakout for Jordan Stokes. Stokes will dribble ahead, very quick. Will stutter. J.C. Anderson kicks it back out. Rushy in and out on the three. Rebound pulled down by Briley Bruce, who has re-entered the game.
Notice how quickly they put the ball up, right? It's fast. That's part of their offense as well. I don't expect them to get one call where they've taken too long and the shot clock has expired, because they move at a fast pace. They want to get the ball up and they want to keep running, and that's part of their pushing tempo, is getting a shot up quickly.
Going to get a 3-second violation on the Vikettes, and again, you can credit Estherville Lincoln Central for all of this. I know It seems like unforced errors on the 3-second call or the 5-second call. It's really the defense showing them something they have not seen this year.
Yes, it's putting them into an uncomfortable position. The pressure starts to get to you. Estherville Lincoln Central is really quite patient. They'll wait till the second quarter. I know some second quarters they'll go on a 26-1 run. They just are kind of wear their opponents out.
A couple of misses. Offensive rebound again. This time crashing in is Kara Schiltz. Interior, and there's going to be a blocking foul on Alyssa Griffith as there's Hillary Rushy flying in from the wing. A blocking foul. They'll say it was on the floor, and they're going to have the underneath the hoop inbound, but some frustration for Vinton-Shellsburg, working really hard, but multiple opportunities each possession for Estherville Lincoln Central as Rushy catches it. One dribble, three from the left corner, this one off to the right, and the rebound pulled down and cleared out by Julia Johnson.
And that's exactly the shot that Vinton-Shellsburg wants the midgets to take, is something, the ball coming out of the hands of someone that's not one of the Schulte,
very
Stokes
strong
girls.
Very strong for Kreitner. And now there's your fast break opportunity all the way, and the layup for J.C. Anderson. just a matter of time before they start leaking out behind.
It is another great pass, a great assist by Haley Stokes, the entire length of the field.
Now 9-2, 2 minutes and counting here in this first quarter. Vinton-Shellsburg with it. Again, still looking to generate some offense against this stifling ELC defense. Griffith outside the arc. Well, now we'll put it on the deck, guarded by Rushy. She'll go in, tries the lefty sky hook, too strong. Rebound pulled out by Schiltz, but then she runs over the Vinton-Shellsburg defender. It is loose, out of bounds. It'll stay with ELC. Well, when bodies hit the floor that hard, usually you're going to whistle one way or the other. This time the crew decided to let this one play out. And I think a physical game is just going to work even more in favor of ELC.
It does. That's a good play on. One thing that Vinton-Shellsburg will have to think about is releasing someone to get back and play defense instead of crashing 5. They might want to crash 4 and get back. They cannot continue to give up easy layups.
Christopher back in there, works the handoff to Stokes. She'll fire the 3. That one came off the side of the hand. Somehow rebounded by ELC. They still have it. The shot clock did not reset. Just 12 on it. On the other side, nice hesitation, up, under, too strong off the heel by Anderson, and the rebound to to Vinton-Shellsburg, and they want to come quickly before that Estherville Lincoln Central defense can get set. A lot of contact on Griffith's shot attempt, no whistle, pulled down again this time by Anderson. They are letting them play here in the first quarter.
They are. That would have been a great time for a pump fake and power. A lot of girls would have gotten up in the air.
Foul. They're going to call another block. This one going to be on Bruce. Vinton-Shellsburg doing everything they can to stick with this ELC offense, but just are a half second late and have been getting called for the blocking foul, and that will send Hillary Rushy to the line where she's a 64.7% free throw shooter this season.
All these blocking fouls, I mean, it is advantage offense. Take the ball to the hole. Offense should win as long as you're not displacing that defender, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's a miss. As you can see, the shooting, this backdrop is a little bit wonky to get used to. There's so much space behind the hoops, something that you'll never have to deal with in a high school basketball game in any gym in this state. But like you said, Joanna, sometimes it just takes a quarter or two, and some of these good shooting teams will be able to start knocking them down as they can make that adjustment. As 1 for 2 at the line there for Rushy. Quick catch and shoot 3 from the right wing. This one going to be short this time by Julia Johnson, and the rebound again to Rushy. What an impact she's made off the bench. 30 seconds left. They have about a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They'll run the offense, cross-court pass. This is Rushy. Down low, catch, and the layup is good. Yeager going over the top of the shorter defender. 10-point lead now for ELC at 12-2. All the way, Abby Davis, Griffith the rebound, no good. Rebound loose, Christopher's got it. They are letting them play. 6 seconds left on the quarter clock. Going to hustle it into the front court. Here is Jordan Stokes, 1-foot three-pointer off the mark. And they're going to call a foul at the buzzer and 3 free throws. They're going to call the foul on Julia Johnson as she was trying to stick with Stokes right at the horn, and Stokes is going to get 3 free throws, an 81% foul shooter. She'll miss the first, but I mean, it's hard to imagine a first quarter going worse for Vinton-Shellsburg trying to pull this upset.
No, and yet they're only behind by 10, which is actually not terrible. I do like what they've tried to do. They've tried something different. You know, you can't beat them straight up man. Nobody can, right? At least they've tried a junk defense. They're trying to do something different, but there's other people that are stepping up besides the Stokes girls.
There is 2 for 3 from Stokes, 14-2 at the end of 1. We'll take a break and come back with more after this. Second quarter on the way, ELC up by 12. This is the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs and tuition less than $20,000 a year. Tons of scholarships. It is the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. We start the second quarter of action. And top seed, Estherville Lincoln Central, a quick 14-2 lead after 1 quarter of play as there's a foul on the floor called on ELC's Riley Yeager. Emery Songer along with Joanna Settles. First quarter, how you feeling? Is this about what you expected?
Yes, it is. I do like that Vinton-Shellsburg is trying something different defensively.
And they're going to get Bree Christopher on a foul as she was trying to stick with her man on the inbounds pass. So quickly, 2 fouls called here in the first 5 seconds of the second quarter. Not a lot of fouls in the first quarter, however, so neither team really feeling the heat on the foul situation, at least yet. Is this going to be tipped out of bounds? Nice defense by Haley Stokes.
Estherville Lincoln Central always has a hand in that passing lane. It looks like it's there, and they have so many deflections. They jump those passing lanes better than anyone in the state.
Yeah, and they do have some length all over the floor. As here's a cross-court pass. Ashley Meyer on the drive, little spin move up, and she won't get the roll, but she'll go to the line for 2. Man, I was here for the game previous to this one, and there was a lot of that as well. It's just these Rams are not holding on to some of these balls that are going around the outside, and it ended up falling off with 2 free throws coming up here for Meyer, who shoots them at 75% on the year.
Yes, that is a great post move, spin move, try to kiss it off the glass.
It looked good. It looked like it was
great.
Going down. It just would not stay down. 14-3. Second free throw on the way here. And this one will stay down for Meyer. Another IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you could be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Back out there, Hillary Rushy. She's a bench player. She comes off the bench. You look at her minutes, you look at her stat line. She does not appear to be a bench player, and we saw that in the first quarter.
No, she spots up for 3 really nicely. She's averaging 9 points a game, so she sees a lot of action.
Here's Christopher on the drive, the kick out, pump fake. Drive this time by Anderson. She'll kick it back out to Rushy. Rushy runs into the defender, no foul called. And that one misses the rim. Picked up by Griffith, and here come the Vikettes. Their defense has been pretty solid, all things considered. Got a bad break at the end of the quarter, which resulted in a couple of free throws on the foul as time expired. But it's been this end of the floor. They cannot figure out the Estherville Lincoln Central defense.
And that's what that press does. It just rushes them, and you can see everything has been rushed. They need to use a little pump fake and power, take a little more time, and they have to finish their shots.
Bruce hands it off to Meyer. Meyer at the free throw line. She'll whirl and twirl, too strong, and Rushy comes out of there with the rebound. Again, that is a half-court defense clinic being shown there by ELC.
And again, Vinton-Shellsburg has the height advantage. They really haven't utilized that enough.
Back to the top, it'll be Christopher. She'll drive to the left, picks up the dribble, kicks it out. Anderson thought about the 3. Not a prolific three-point shooter. Hands it off here to Haley Stokes, who is. Stokes being guarded closely here by Abby Davis. 8 on the shot clock. Little backdoor cut. Could not connect. Knocked out of bounds here by the Vikettes. And with 5 on the shot clock, it'll be Estherville Lincoln Central basketball from underneath their own hoop. See how they line it up here as Anderson will inbound. To the top. It's going to be gathered by Stokes. She looks at the clock. Pump fake. Pulls it. And that'll be short. That is some great defense there by Davis. Staying down on the floor on the pump fake.
Yes, I love the pressure she's giving her. She's not giving her much room at all because Haley Stokes can score. She's just lights out.
She'll make you feel it if you got your hand down and you give her a little bit of space.
Yes, and she is the Class 3A 2022 All-Tournament team captain, returning here again. Last year she was just a freshman. This year, this sensational sophomore season that she's leading her team with.
Is that even fair in Class 3A to have a girl like that? I don't know. Here is Vinton-Shellsburg on the offense. Back in the game is Callie Burke. Burke passes it to Griffith here. Griffith out there with Meyer, and now coming to get the ball is Julia Johnson. Johnson goes to Griffith to the high post. Griffith turns, double teamed. She was fouled. I believe it's Christopher. We'll see what the official call is. She came from behind. They are not going to go Christopher. They're going to go underneath.
Griffith is the leading scorer for Vinton-Shellsburg. They're well balanced with Griffith with 12 points a game and Davis with 11. So she's been frustrated this entire first quarter, I would say. So now she gets into the second. She just wants to get some points on the board. You could tell she had the ball, a little handoff. She wanted to start with her back to the basket and see what she could do to get to the rim.
Griffith makes the first. It's 14-5, 5:52 to go here in this first half. 2 fouls so far on Haley Stokes as Griffith rattles home the second. She'll stay out there, of course. Stokes will. Foul trouble. That's not going to deter head coach Don Martindale or the coaching staff from playing her. 4 fouls on Vinton-Shellsburg, 6 fouls on ELC. The next foul will send the Vikettes to the line for the 1-on-1. Christopher goes down, some contact. No foul is called. Stokes, the kick out. Anderson, cross court, Christopher in the corner. She'll fire along 2. This one is long. Rebound loose and taken eventually by Meyer on the bounce.
Again, that's the plan for Vinton-Shellsburg, to have someone beside Stokes taking that shot. Again, there was an air ball and a big rebound by Vinton-Shellsburg.
Pump fake, Johnson lost her footing. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to Estherville Lincoln Central. It's been pretty clear that these officiating crews that are going to be operating here at Wells Fargo Arena, there's going to be contact, and we're going to let it play out. You're not going to be able to fall down and hope to get whistles.
No.
By the way, Travis Berkey, Chad Slagle, and Garrett Wirtz are the 3 guys on the call in the stripes here for our game here at quarterfinals. Class 3A, number 1 seed Estherville Lincoln Central leading 14-6 over 8 seed Vinton-Shellsburg. Inside, a lot of contact again, no foul called as Jordan Stokes runs into a brick wall. That was Burke inside. Here is Griffith as Vinton-Shellsburg the other way. A little give and go. Griffith off the glass. Nice entry pass there by Meyer. Read the defense and a good finish there by Griffith.
It was a great pass inside. Great little give and go as Griffith gets 2 more.
It is only a 6-point game as we speak right now. Vinton-Shellsburg hanging around.
The Stokeses are trying to run off screens to get open.
Here's Anderson. Nice little floater in the paint. Anderson averaging just 3.8 points per game, but she may have to pick up the scoring load considering how much the Vinton-Shellsburg defense is focusing on the Stokes.
Someone will have to. It's kind of a 3-on-3 game if you take the other 2 out of the picture.
Davis lost the dribble momentarily, gets it back. Burke wants some help, and will get it from Davis. Davis, the left side, back and forth here at the right wing. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Entry pass looking for Burke, jumping the passing lane and knocking it out of bounds is Hillary Rushy. Another IMT Insurance substitution. Back into the game is Sophia Kreitner and Briley Bruce. It's basically 2 for 2 every single time you get an opportunity with the 7-player rotation here for head coach Rich Heisman and Vinton-Shellsburg. The trigger, Johnson, she goes in looking for contact, did not get the call. Credit the block that time by Jordan Stokes, and here's the fast break the other way, and getting tied up was Burke as Haley Stokes went the other direction on the fast break. That's much more the tempo that you usually see ELC working at on offense.
Yes, she wanted the ball in her hands. She was acting like she was going to the left, going to swing around to the right quickly and cut an arm going up.
Stokes at the line. Back rim. So even the best shooters in the state of Iowa have to make that little adjustment to this backdrop. Second one on the way. Missed them both. We're not going to see that awful much. 74% free throw shooter.
Sometimes there's a thing as a good foul. That might have been a good foul, right? Instead of giving up the layup, put him on the line, have him go 0 for 2. Again, that's the Vinton-Shellsburg plan.
Here's Davis. Great hustle in the block by Stokes. Good help defense as well by Rushy. And here comes ELC again. Stokes to the right wing. It's like a Venus flytrap almost. They lure you in, and then they can close so quickly. Christopher backs in, kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson settles it down. This is Jordan Stokes, the senior.
She's trying to find some space and can't.
Well, she'll go inside. Little Euro step, left it short. Rebound pulled out of there by Burke. There's some good defense by Vinton-Shellsburg. Long outlet intended for Johnson, but it was too far for her. She saves it, but it is picked up by Christopher, and here comes ELC again.
Vinton-Shellsburg has not given up a layup since early in the game, which is wise.
Offensive rebound. I mean, that probably counts as a layup, but they did well on the initial drive, but good rebound by Bree Christopher, and she puts it back up and in, and it's back up to a 10-point lead.
Now, Vinton-Shellsburg in that zone has to find a body, the closest person, to box somebody out and not allow second chance opportunities for the midgets.
Davis comes in. She does draw the foul. That's the first real foul we've seen on a conventional drive in the game for either team, and she'll get 2 free throws coming up here. 7th team foul on ELC, first foul on Rushy. Nothing but net for Davis, who's a 74% shooter. IMT Insurance substitution sees Kara Schiltz back in, along with Riley Yeager for ELC. Also coming back is Griffith and Meyer for Vinton-Shellsburg.
Again, lots of subs, lots of fresh bodies. This is a high-tempo, fast-paced game.
Both teams basically going 8 deep for ELC, 7 deep for Vinton-Shellsburg, as both free throws good for Davis. And here comes ELC with 2.5 to go in the first half, up by 8. Up top is J.C. Anderson over to Christopher. Christopher to the left side, taken by Schiltz. Going to run a little bit of offense here. Both Stokes out of the game for the time being. Here's Rushy, right corner, inside of 10 on the shot clock. Outside is Yeager. Yeager, she'll do a little spin move, lost the handle, picked up by Bruce. And then the Vikettes nearly lost it on the steal, but a good job recovering by Sophia Kreitner. And that allows Vinton-Shellsburg a half-court offensive possession. Davis lost her defender, goes in. Nice move up and under for Meyer, and she makes it a 6-point game.
Fantastic crossover move in the paint for 2.
We'll see how long the Stokes will have to sit there on the bench, but Estherville Lincoln Central will call time, and it'll be a full. We'll take a break with them. 1:38 to go here in the first half. 18-12 ELC over Vinton-Shellsburg on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career building programs and tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Emery Songer, Joanna Settles here. Estherville Lincoln Central came in as, I don't know if you use some analytic websites and everything. I think many people would say maybe a 25 to 30 point favorite at the least. It's a 6-point game here as we get to the last 90 seconds of the first half.
Impressive. That 25 to 30 point lead would be if you play him straight up man, right? If you're turning the ball over every other time. But Vinton-Shellsburg has a great game plan in trying to face guard the Stokes girls and not allow them to even touch the ball. And they've really had a hard time scoring offensively in the half court.
Here's Anderson. She was left all alone for 3 and buries it. It's almost as if you're daring her to be the one to beat you, and she does there. She's a 26% three-point shooter, only made 14 all season long leading into this game, but she was left so wide open, had to take it. By the way, the Stokes did come back in after the timeout, as here's a nice move by Davis, but left it short. Rebound and put back by Meyer.
Again, Meyer, more points in the paint. That's what Vinton-Shellsburg needs to continue to do, is get the ball into the paint and score buckets with high percentage shots. Anderson,
left wing. She's going to drive outside. Christopher with the left hand. Tough hook shot. Can't get the roll. Rebound pulled down by Alyssa Griffith. 40 seconds left here in the first half. ELC on the scoreboard listed 20 to 14. A 6-point lead. Vinton-Shellsburg tries to make it even a closer game. Got a 9-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Davis. Davis gets the screen, working on Christopher at the free throw line to Bruce. Bruce, good up fake, up and under, and scores it.
Abby Davis, fantastic pass to the post, keeping the ball really high, using that height advantage to get another great shot in the paint.
5 seconds left. Here is Stokes. Haley Stokes into the corner. Anderson catches. They're not going to get a shot off. It wasn't good anyway. Vinton-Shellsburg, look out. Upset alert potential here for maybe the biggest favorite of any of the 5-1 seeds in the girls' state tournament. But Estherville Lincoln Central does still have a 4-point lead, leading the 8-seed Vikettes by a score of 20 to 16. We'll take a break and come back with your halftime report and plenty more coming up next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Slade's the place for you!
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievement.
Welcome back. At the half, the number 1 seed in Class 3A, Estherville Lincoln Central leads Vinton-Shellsburg 20-16, a much closer game than many had anticipated. We'll break down the first half stats in a bit. But for now, we'd like to take a moment to once again thank our title sponsor, Iowa Farm Bureau, for their support of the state basketball tournament. Earlier this week, Aaron Kirtley of the IGHSAU had the opportunity to speak with Iowa Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson to learn more about Iowa Farm Bureau's support of the IGHSAU and student athletes across the state.
Thanks for joining us for the 2023 Girls State Basketball Tournament. I'm Erin Kirtley with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We hope you're enjoying all the competitive play that you're seeing here today. We're so thankful for those who support us and help us put on such great events, none of which are more important than our longtime partner, Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Here with me today is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Thanks.
So we want to tell the viewers about the Iowa Farm Bureau and the support that you provide the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Why does the Iowa Farm Bureau invest in support in the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and all of our tournament games?
The Iowa Farm Bureau has been the title sponsor for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for 18 years. We're thrilled to once again be a part of the state girls basketball tournament. But to us, it's so much more than just a basketball tournament. The athletes competing here today are among the nation's best and brightest student athletes who have a great work ethic and understand what it means to work as a team. We share the same values. Through hard work, our farmers are among the nation's best, not only in corn, hog, egg, and ethanol production, but also lead the nation in conservation. That's a lot to celebrate. And our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to honor both.
So your support for youth and education goes beyond the IGHSAU. What other support does Iowa Farm Bureau provide Iowa's youth?
Farm Bureau celebrates Iowa's youth in many different ways. Number one, Iowa Farm Bureau, we give our students across the state nearly $500,000 in scholarships every single year. And through our teacher supplement program, we've given teachers over $450,000 in supplies and money so that they can properly have their classrooms put together for their students. In conjunction with the Girls Union and the Boys Athletic Association, we're proud to sponsor the concussion insurance. You know, there's only 7 states that even offer that. And for the 4th year running, we provide that for those student athletes at no cost to their families so that they continue to compete at a high level. And most recently, we're really excited to announce that we've given the FFA Foundation $1 million so that they can support their local chapters and ag education across this entire state so that they know what the future of agriculture means to everyday Iowans.
The student athletes participating this year are taking home some pretty neat souvenirs from this tournament. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of our favorite programs is actually the Signature Ball program. And it's a great opportunity that every student competing here today gets to have one of those signature balls so that they can have their teammates, their coaches, and mentors sign this ball so that they can carry this memory forward for them long into the future.
Well, thanks again to our proud title sponsor, Farm Bureau, and for Brent for being with us today.
Yep.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
All right, Frank, the store is yours. See you Monday.
What do you think he does in there? Think it's risky? I forgot my phone. And now you know what happens on Sundays.
Estherville Lincoln Central, a 20-16 lead over the 8th seed Vinton-Shellsburg in the Class 3A quarterfinal. My name is Emery Songer along with Joanna Settles. And before we get to the first half stats, I want to remind you fans that official state tournament merchandise is now available online. So it's time to get your smartphones out. Scan the QR code that is on your screen right now, or you can visit IGHSAU.org. You can browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Well, Joanna, the score is a lot closer than I think a lot of people had anticipated coming in here. A pretty poor shooting first half for both teams, but you can credit the defense. What kind of stood out to you on the stat sheet here in the first half?
Well, Vinton-Shellsburg won the second quarter 14-6. That was the shock so far, right? Which is why they're definitely in this game. Vinton-Shellsburg decided to take out Haley and Jordan Stokes and not let them score their typical 35 points in a game collectively. So far, the two of them only have 5, so their defense is working. A big difference is the percentage for Vinton-Shellsburg. In the first quarter, they shot 8%, and in the second, they shot 50%. So they need to keep, again, and there were high percentage shots because they had their feet in the paint. So excellent job getting the ball inside, using the glass, and scoring.
And you mentioned they have a height advantage inside if they can just get in the right spots inside and not turn the ball over before I can get down there. And when that was happening, they were scoring points. So we'll see if they can keep that momentum up as we head to the third quarter. But certainly an interesting development here as a big favorite in the Class 3A bracket, Estherville Lincoln Central, just leading by 4 over Vinton-Shellsburg at the half, 20-16. We'll take one more break, come back with the start of the second half right after this. You're watching the Girls High School Athletic Union, a digital network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7. Rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
and we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Slade's the place for you!
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why MercyOne offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. MercyOne, your best life, our one purpose.
Getting set for the second half. Estherville Lincoln Central 20, Vinton-Shellsburg 16. Emery Sunger Joanna settles with you here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network, presented by Mid-American Energy. Big thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau for sponsoring the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union all year long, including this state tournament. Always love coming here to Wells Fargo Arena, and this is day one of what is hopefully for both these teams a long stay. And Vinton-Shellsburg probably saw Estherville Lincoln Central on the docket first and was, we're going to have to get creative if we're going to stay longer than just the first day. And so far, they have kept themselves in a game against a team that was averaging, 77 points in their 3 regional games.
Yes, super impressive to try something different. And when we look at the Estherville Lincoln Central took 17 shots in the first quarter and only 10 in the second. So what they're doing, it's working well. They're keeping this game definitely within reach. It's just a 4-point game right here. They have them exactly where they want them.
Yeah, so you mentioned it's not as though the ELC team has not seen a tight game before. They actually played against Newell Fonda on the road and won by only 2 points in that one. But pretty much every other game was a double-digit game. The most recent game that was decently close, they played Storm Lake and Spirit Lake. That was an 8 and a 12-point game, respectively, but also on the road. They haven't had a close game since, and it's been a month since that happened almost. So we'll see how they respond here, being tested a little bit here at State. We're back to start things off. It is ELC with the basketball to start things off. It is their starters, Haley Stokes, Jordan Stokes, Bree Christopher, Riley Yeager, and J.C. Anderson. As they go inside, Christopher can't handle the pass, and it's going to be taken away by Alyssa Griffith. Griffith out there with Abby Davis, Sophia Kreitner, Ashley Meyer, and Briley Bruce.
After Alyssa Griffith being kind of frustrated and quiet that first quarter, she got going in the second quarter, and you can see already an impact maker here in the third.
Meyer picks up the dribble, needs some help. Goes back outside to Davis. Davis was really a catalyst for some of the offense they were generating in the second quarter. She has it poked away from her by Stokes. She is able to get it back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Davis all the way. Misses it. Rebound. Meyer fouled on the putback by Riley Yeager, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Great offensive board. That rebounding differential is +2 for the first half of the game for Estherville Lincoln Central, which surprises me a little bit.
Meyer 2 for 2 at the line in the first half. She's back up there. Misses this one. 75% on the line. So this season, so if you're going by percentages, she should make the next one and go 3 for 4 and be right at her 75% on the season. But you really need to cash in at the charity stripe if you are Vinton-Shellsburg. Every missed free throw could be a real detriment to your comeback as she makes the second, and we have a one-possession game here in the second half. Quick outlet, what a catch, the finish, and the foul. Jordan Stokes with the good hands. What a look the other direction by Haley Stokes. My goodness, what a pass.
Beautiful third assist of the game for her.
I think they've done that before.
I think so.
Maybe a time or two. And that's a huge answer. You just cannot keep giving hope to Vinton-Shellsburg. Free throw is good from Stokes. And Stokes now sitting after a very quiet first half. She now has 5 points with that three-point play. Averaging almost 15 points a game. Outside, that's a tough pass. Christopher was right there. Nowhere really to go for Kreitner. And here coming the other way trying to push is Yeager. Left hand, she is fouled. She'll have 2 free throws. This is the kind of pace Vinton-Shellsburg needed to avoid allowing ELC to get into.
Right, you can see the control of the tempo is going to ELC.
they know how to play fast.
Yes.
And they have excelled in speeding their opponents up. And the last thing you want to get is into a track meet with them is Yeager a little short on the free throw. She shoots it at 57.5% on the season, so not the best free throw shooter they have, but she's generally a pretty solid shooter from inside the arc. Missed them both. A little reprieve there for the Vikettes. Here's Davis working on a little full court pressure being shown, at least by Haley Stokes. It isn't that all-out full court press that we have seen from ELC throughout the season and in years past. They're kind of settling a little bit more into a jumping half court, so they can do that. Cut off angles and good rebounding. This one's going to be poked out of bounds off of the rebound by Briley Bruce, and it'll go the other way for ELC, and we'll have our first IMT insurance substitutions coming in. But first, a timeout. We're going to keep it here. Those substitutions, again, brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. You know, we've given plenty of kudos to Rich Heisman, who is the head coach for Vinton-Shellsburg, and their strategy specifically defensively. But what can they do on offense to continue to generate opportunities, knowing the kind of half-court defense, the vultures they are, jumping those passing lanes throughout that ELC has on defense?
Right, well, the last time they had an opportunity, Christopher was in front of the offense and they passed it anyway, so they need to be smart about that, right? They need to try to cut in front, and if they're going to continue to pass those lanes, cut those lanes, maybe post up a little bit higher and as they ride high, and then maybe kind of that lob over the top has worked well because they bring so much pressure between the ball and the basket.
That was a 30-second timeout charge to Vinton-Shellsburg. We're back to play here as Christopher left open. That pass somehow made it through to Yeager. Late foul call and one. Yeager going to the line to complete a three-point play, and if she makes it, all of a sudden it's back up to 9. ELC is led by as many as 12 in the game so far. Got it down to a three-point game, did Vinton-Shellsburg, but now ELC trying to push it back up.
Yes, Griffith kind of baffled there. She thought she was straight up.
And that was, I mean, after the first half, they were really letting them play both ways. So I can see it, you know, you can understand some frustration as Davis, after the missed free throw, goes all the way down, kicks it out. This is Julia Johnson. She is fouled. Even on a dribble drive, you see Jordan Stokes there kind of reading where the dribble's going and kind of almost jumping out at the arm to try to steal that ball away and kickstart a fast break as Bruce comes back in to replace Griffith. 3 fouls for Griffith, so she may have to ride the pine for just a little bit here in the third. Here's Johnson, catch and shoot three from the right wing. That's no good. Good box out by Haley Stokes, and she will bring it up herself. What a talented sophomore she is. All the way, Euro step. Oh, what a finish.
There she is.
Oh, how do you defend that? She took on all 5 Vikettes and just Euro stepped her way all the way down the floor after she got the rebound coast to coast. And it's back up to 10. Here's Meyer, and she draws a foul. And after the first half was really played pretty loosey-goosey, we're getting a lot more whistles here in the first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter.
What that does also is slow down the tempo of the game, of course, which ELC is trying to push. The more whistles, the slower the pace here as everybody takes a quick breath.
Meyer back to the line. 3 for 4 in the game. Makes the first. IMT insurance substitution. It is Hillary Rushy, and she'll come get Christopher. Rushy gave him some great minutes in that first half.
You can see Burke is already down playing defense, so there's no layups that can happen.
2 for 2 at the line there for Meyer. 27-19 with 5:20 and counting here in the third. And a blocking foul.
This is
a very different.
Often, yes.
Yeah, this is a very different first 2:40 than we had in the first half. There's 7 combined fouls already, and we might have had 9 combined fouls between the two teams in the first 9 or 10 in the first half.
Right, and Yeager does have 3, so
that's multiple players with 3 on Vinton-Shellsburg. As there's a nice tip and interception by Briley Bruce, and here comes Abby Davis. And a cross-corner pass. Caught by Johnson. Doesn't want to put it on the deck. And it's going to be a kick ball as it goes off the foot of J.C. Anderson. That'll reset the shot clock to 25. haven't really gotten super deep into the shot clock too awful much. It's either been a turnover or a team has found a way to generate offense, and both teams have been trying to go to the hoop. Haven't seen a lot of three-point shot attempts and only one make from either side so far.
Julia Johnson's always looking off that last out-of-bounds play. She tried to hit one. Here she is again and comes right back at it. There you go.
Right on cue. There's that three I was talking about. As there's the three-pointer there for Julia Johnson. She knows how to stroke it. Now a team high on the season, 39 made threes. Inside, a lot of contact. This one not whistled, taken away by Bruce. It's only a 5-point game. Vinton-Shellsburg trying to come back here. Long pass. Johnson catch and shoot left wing this time. This one just short. Rebound pulled down on the weak side by Anderson. But then they lose it out of bounds on the pass on the outlet. Turnover. Goes back the other way here for Vinton-Shellsburg. But Julia Johnson, a little heat check moment over there on the left wing. I didn't think that pass set her up to get a good balanced shot up, but that was almost close to going down, and this place would have erupted if that would have gone in.
Yes.
Here's Burke. Gets it. Meyer lobs it way high, and then Burke's got it. A lot of contact. Goes down. No foul called, and the rebound pulled down by ELC. Nice catch by Anderson on a tough pass. Kind of had a half volley it, but then a great defensive recovery by Johnson, knocking it out of bounds as Yeager made the catch, trying to go up with it, and it'll stay with ELC. Coming into the game is Sophia Kreitner back in. She will replace Meyer. I can't imagine Meyer will be out for too awful long either. 28 still on the shot clock here halfway through this third quarter.
No, Meyer's such a great rebounder.
Now running the two bigs. They didn't do that a whole lot in the first half, as that's an air ball from Stokes.
I was curious why Johnson would ever leave Stokes. She left her for a minute, gave her an open look.
But somehow it didn't hurt him too much, as breaking the press. That's about the most aggressive press we have seen so far from Estherville Lincoln Central, but Vinton-Shellsburg up to the task, at least for now.
Yes, great poise and patience as they break that press.
Kreitner, a reach-in foul drawn. Jordan Stokes will pick it up.
That's two for her. She checks. Little frustration there, right? It's not fun to be face guarded the whole game. It's more fun to score 15 points a game.
IMT insurance substitution. Yeager out, Burke out for each team. Back in for ELC as this is tipped and stolen off the inbound pass. It was an aggressive inbound. Griffith back in for Vinton-Shellsburg. Christopher back in for ELC, and she loses it off her foot as she was trying to go down the floor. I mean, it looks 27-22. You feel maybe it's a slow pace, but we're really going back and forth. It's just both defenses are not giving up a lot of good shot attempts, and now you're going to have way more full court pressure being shown here by Estherville Lincoln Central.
And so many long passes. That really pushes the tempo as well.
Both teams trying to take advantage of the long pass. Viket's with it, trying to cut further into a 5-point deficit. Here's the drive. Johnson up under, tries to draw contact. Goes out of bounds. They're going to keep it down here. Again, you look at, we've had 8 foul calls already in the first 4.5 minutes here in this second half, but that's the kind of non-call we were getting in that first half.
Yes, it's a different style. So
both teams just trying to figure out, am I going to get this call or am I not? As here's Griffith, nice dribble drive, working on Anderson, much smaller defender, and really took advantage.
Yes, they've got to get the ball to Griffith, get her inside, let her go to work.
Outside, here's Rushy, underneath, reverse layup, no good. Rebound pulled down by Burke. Rushy commits the foul on the rebound.
Yes, that's the right call.
And ELC's already committed 5 fouls in the half, so we're only a couple fouls away from free throws potentially for Vinton-Shellsburg.
And they've shot so well. They're 7 for 8 so far in the game.
This is teetering even closer on. I cannot believe we are sitting here with this score at this point of this game, but here we are. All the credit to Vinton-Shellsburg as here is Davis. At the top, Bruce to Griffith. Griffith with the left hand, gets to the high post, post to post. Bruce working on Rushy. Goes up, blocked by Stokes. Jordan Stokes in the long arms, good help defense. And there's a reach-in foul. That was definitely on Julia Johnson as she tried to thwart the fast break. And those are the kind of fouls you know that Rich Heisman does not want his team to take on the opposite side of half court against a team like this. And that's the 15th foul also now on Vinton-Shellsburg. Johnson will exit. Back into the game on our IMT insurance substitution comes Meyer. ELC nursing a 3-point lead.
The only good thing about a foul like that is it does slow down that fast break.
Rushy, a huge 3. She's a 37.5% three-point shooter, can absolutely stroke it from deep, and that's a big one. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Christopher as quickly Vinton-Shellsburg. They are not trying to slow the pace. I'm not sure they would have anyway, but this shot clock being in effect, knowing you have to get into your offense at some point, they are not wasting any time, and I think that's actually helped them stay in this game, even if they have committed a few turnovers. Griffith back to the top. Kreitner. Davis a catch-and-shoot three. She's got it! She's also one of their top three-point shooters. 39 threes on the year for her now, and it's back to a three-point game. The Vinton-Shellsburg crowd really into it now. That pass deflected and stolen. Griffith knocked away from behind. Foul going to be called, and it's going to be called on Christopher. Her second, team sixth, and we still have 150 left in the third.
It feels like we're down to the last 30 seconds of the game. That's kind of the intensity. The Vinton-Shellsburg crowd is super excited right behind us.
Just nobody anticipated this. I don't even think anybody in Vinton-Shellsburg anticipated this.
Well, there's something to be said with so many seniors on the court, right?
That's true. A lot of experience. All five starters are seniors.
Yes, they're poised.
There's that play that you had mentioned earlier, making a pass where there's not a window open. Turnover here, Stokes all the way off the glass, no good. Rebound, Christopher picks up her third, and that should be free throws the other way on the rebound.
Huge board.
We have already 12 fouls called between the two teams, and in the first half, I mean, we had a total, just look real quick, we had 12 in the entire first half. Now we have 12 in the first 6.5 minutes here in this third quarter, so both teams now they're feeling the foul trouble. Griffith with three on one side. You have Stokes and Christopher with three on the other side, or actually both Stokes have two, but Christopher with three, Yeager with three. So both teams with players going to have to watch that foul situation as it's a 1-and-1 here for Briley Bruce, who shoots at 62%.
You also have to look down your bench. Is there someone else? Do you go down to that 7, that 8, that 9 person?
Bruce off the mark on the free throw. Rebound taken by Stokes. Haley Stokes. Here she is. Left-hand dribble. Up, under. That's what she can do. If you give her a little bit of space, she'll find it. She took it, and she makes it a 5-point ELC lead.
That's way too much space for Vinton-Shellsburg to give Stokes in the lane.
They've done a pretty good job on her throughout the game, but in the third quarter, she has found a couple of lanes and gotten some easy layups at the rim. Here's Johnson, spinning, whirling, twirling. Goes back up to the top in Bruce. She's looking for some help.
Good use of the simple bounce pass just because they're always jumping lanes.
Here's Davis with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Davis, nice crossover. About a 10-footer, got it. That's easy money. It was the crossover at the top of the key that got her free.
It wasn't so much pressure on the post. They're really trying to defend Burke and Bruce inside, which left a little room.
Too strong, rebound loose. Yeager underneath draws the foul, and she'll have two shots. So it was good hustle by her. She was kind of out of the play at that moment, but ends up getting the rebound and drawing the foul. A little bit of a clock malfunction with you. We'll keep you updated. 37.7 is the scoreboard clock here in the arena. So it's technically a 2-for-1, but really Vinton-Shellsburg, if they get the rebound here, could hold it to the end. Is free throw good here from Yeager, who, as we mentioned, has struggled at times at the free throw line this season, and that's her first make in 4 attempts. 33-29. Second one up. This one's short all the way. Rebound pulled down by Griffith. And Vinton-Shellsburg could hold it. They'll have to release it with about 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Griffith. Gets it to Bruce. Back to Griffith. We'll see what they can do, if they can try to get this down to a one-possession game before we get into the fourth quarter. Vikets to the right wing. This is Griffith. Griffith, 5-second count is on. She will now put it on the deck. Here's Bruce. Back to Griffith. Griffith with the right hand. Looks into the corner. 5 seconds. Catch and shoot three. This one just off the mark from Meyer. Quickly the other way. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Stokes lays it in at the horn. The speed from end to end. They had just enough time. And Jordan Stokes, a clutch lay-in at the buzzer of the third quarter, makes it a 6-point ELC lead. We'll take a break. A fourth quarter that we didn't expect will be coming. A barn burner in the 1A matchup in 3A coming up when we return on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Welcome back. The Iowa Bankers Association is the proud sponsor of the Parade of Champions and the Iowa Student Achievement Award. Iowa Bankers Association, a great partner here for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We start the fourth quarter. We expected this one could get ugly. Instead, it has become a great game. Vinton-Shellsburg, the AC, trying to pull a huge upset win over Goliath in Estherville, Lincoln Central. 35-29, a 6-point lead for the top seed, ELC. Vinton-Shellsburg with the ball to start this fourth quarter. It is Kreitner in traffic, somehow found it all the way to Davis. Outside to Bruce, 8 on the shot clock. This is going to be a drive from Meyer, draws the foul, and she will head to the line. I think that's 4 on Riley Yeager. We'll see if it is indeed on her, and it is. So Yeager picks up her 4th, so keep an eye on that.
Great baseline move for a power lay-in. She got fouled. When you talk about the third quarter, it was 15-13, +2, advantage ELC, but that's a tight third quarter.
Well, and as this free throw just won't stay down, and again, you're going to need every single one of those that you can get. Meyer has been pretty solid from the free throw line in this game, but we mentioned 75% on the line as the IMT insurance substitution. Rushy comes in to replace Yeager, who now has the 4 fouls. By the way, 18 fouls on ELC, so it's free throws the rest of the way no matter what for Vinton-Shellsburg. Second one is good here from Meyer, makes it a 5-point game, 35-30. The first quarter was all Estherville Lincoln Central. They led 14-2 after 1, but then Vinton-Shellsburg almost doubled the dose back the other way, 14-6. They beat ELC in the second. That third quarter was the first time we really saw both teams really go at each other throughout an 8-minute stanza. We'll see what they have in store for us here in the fourth. Here is Jordan Stokes, gets a screen from Christopher, and then a great read by Kreitner and knocked it away on the entry pass looking for Rushy. Here's Kreitner a minute in, here to the fourth. Handoff here to Davis. Vinton-Shellsburg. Because of the shot clock, you don't have to score every time down. You know you're going to get the ball plenty more. Tough entry pass. Nice catch by Griffith. Good look by Meyer.
Great spacing by Vinton-Shellsburg. Fantastic pass as they spread the court, come around.
Down low, Christopher lost the handle, gets it back, comes back out here to Stokes. Jordan Stokes goes baseline, finds Christopher. Weak side rejection, but a foul, and she will go to the line for 2. That was a good find from Jordan Stokes. The foul is the 7th on Vinton-Shellsburg, so no matter what, it's going to be free throws the rest of the way as well for ELC. Griffith and Bruce now both with 3 fouls. Christopher short on the foul shot. She shoots them only at 47%. Not really a score. She's out there for her passing. She can handle the ball a little bit, but really valuable defensively as well. We've seen her use as a screener for the Stokes, try to get them freed up. She'll try to make this second one, but she cannot. Rebound, tipped out of bounds, and it will go. And they're going to actually call a foul on the rebound. On the over the back here, going to be called. Bruce is going to go to the line, and the foul on Rushy is going to be her second, and a 1-and-1.
Rushy really brought her arm down. If you could see the replay, she did. She broke that play, and she really came into her. I know she was shocked by the call, and I wasn't.
Well, you got to have position if you're going to try to reach in over the cylinder of another player.
So these fouls are really going to change this fourth quarter.
I mean, it's double bonus after this. This is a 1-and-1. Bruce, first one. She makes the first. She missed the front end of a 1-and-1 the last time she had this opportunity. Makes this one, and it's double bonus for them the rest of the way. They can cut it to a 1-point lead with this free throw. Bruce takes her time, spins the ball on her fingers, releases, and hits. 35-34, still 6:25 to go in the fourth.
One possession game.
Oh, and another ticky-tack blocking foul just getting too aggressive. If you're going to move your feet with her defensively, you can't escort her to the sideline. That's where you're going to get that blocking foul all day when she runs out of room to operate, and the feet obviously moving. But there's about 3 or 4 of those fouls this half on Vinton-Shellsburg that I know head coach Rich Heisman would love to have back, because the first free throw good by Haley Stokes.
As well as the first quarter that he'd like to have back and try that one again.
Oh, yeah, sure. The whole first quarter when they were down 14-2. But they have been steady, and they have outplayed Estherville Lincoln Central since then. 2 for 2 at the line, no problem at all there for Haley Stokes, but still just a 3-point game. ELC the lead, 37-34. ELC a huge favorite coming in, not just in this game, but the entire Class 3A bracket. Vinton-Shellsburg trying to pull a monumental upset, and they are in position to do just that. Look at Davis on the drive.
So quick off that dribble. Great spacing again. They are way behind the three-point line. So much spacing, creating opportunities to get to the lane and put it up.
How does ELC respond? Again, they have not played many close games all year long. They did not expect to be in this position in the first round here at State. Here's Stokes, kick out, Anderson. Rushy wide open, top of the key 3. This one wide, rebound loose. Grabbed by Griffith, and Vinton-Shellsburg a chance to take the lead.
Again, exactly what Vinton-Shellsburg wants. If you saw Jordan Stokes, she was just being face guarded in the corner. It's kind of a 4-on-4 game because she's just had to sit aside instead of coming off screens, and it's taken out of the offense completely.
Meyer to Griffith outside. Rushy, a good job reading the passing lane. They have done that so well, trailing the Cutters and knocking the pass out of bounds, as we're going to get Julia Johnson and Callie Burke back in there for the Vikettes, our IMT insurance substitutions, replacing Bruce and Kreitner. That's been kind of the rotation in the game. Inbound pass comes right inside, and one for Burke, and Vinton-Shellsburg has the lead.
Yes, they do. With Julia Johnson coming in, you know she's looking to spot up, which really draws the defenders out and creates that space that Burke needs inside.
Burke is 6 feet tall. She is 3 inches taller than anybody that can be on her for Estherville Lincoln Central, and they drew up an absolute perfect inbounds play. Free throw coming. Burke is a 77% foul shooter. Rushy comes out. She just picked up her 4th. Back in with 4 now is Yeager. So with the 2 players that have been rotating with each other now both have 4 with 5+ minutes to go here. And I think that's going to be a lane violation, as Yeager stepped in before the shot she did, and she knew it. We'll redo the free throw. But you now have 2 important players in Yeager, who's more of a defender, and Rushy, who's a great offensive player, both sitting with 4, and you're probably not going to have both of them out there at the same time for the rest of the game. Free throw, this one, they cannot take advantage of the second opportunity. Rebound pulled down by Jordan Stokes, but Vinton-Shellsburg has a 38-37 lead on the top seed, Estherville Lincoln Central, with still 5 minutes to play in the 4th. Outside is Anderson. To the left corner is Christopher. Outside, Yeager. Over to Anderson.
Still in that triangle and 2, allowing Christopher an open look.
Outside, here's Yeager. Cross-court pass, here's Anderson. Jab step. Anderson goes all the way to the top. Stokes finally gets a touch.
Fantastic defense by Vinton-Shellsburg.
2 seconds on the shot clock. NBA 3, in and out. Rebound pulled down and taken by Burke. Yeah, you're right. I mean, she got a shot off, but it was still an unbelievable job, as that's going to hit the end line and on a turnover. Long pass attempt. We see it over and over for both sides. They're trying to really hit those long passes, but this one from Davis was a little erratic, and it's a turnover back the other way. But for 35 seconds, that was as good a defense as you're going to see. As timeout going to be called by Vinton-Shellsburg. They just want to sort themselves out, and it's a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. Upset alert. Top seed ELC down by 1 with 5:12 to go here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
Welcome back. Emery Songer alongside Joanna Settles. You see on your screen there where these 2 schools are located. They don't see each other. They don't run in the same circles. We came in here, we thought they weren't going to be running in the same circle today either, because Vinton-Shellsburg was a huge underdog to the top seed Estherville Lincoln Central, who, by the way, we need to remind you, won their 3 tournament games to get here, 71-12, 71-17, and 82-40. And now they're finding themselves with 4:30 to go, down by 1. Unbelievable.
Yes, Coach Heisman's like, we have to do something different. So this triangle and 2 junk defense is working incredibly well for Vinton-Shellsburg.
Here we go. Estherville Lincoln Central, they go inside. That's loose. I think that's a jump ball. It will stay down here with ELC.
Again, that's kind of a forced pass. You know she already has 1 defender, and you're going to go into the lane, and there's already a zone there. So then she has 2 on her, and they about lost the job, or about lost the ball.
Vinton-Shellsburg trying to defensively keep up. Oh, great inbound pass. Yeager got loose, ran right into Burke. Burke didn't really know where the ball was, and it's going to be 2 shots for Yeager. Yeager, as mentioned, has kind of struggled at the free throw line this season, under 60%, but she did make 1 of her 5 attempts. A couple of tough ones here considering the circumstances, and she's short again.
Right, not a bad person to foul.
Right.
Again, defensively, you have to see ball see man. You have to see ball see man, so you have
Right.
to know where that's coming from to try to deflect that.
Burke will come out, Bruce back in up front here for the Vikettes. 1 more coming. By the way, 19 fouls for Vinton-Shellsburg. It'll be double bonus the rest of the way as well. Shooting free throws for both teams. In and out, rebound Griffith. Yeager 1 for 7 at the line. Griffith in the front court. Hand off to Davis. How composed can ELC be knowing they have not been in many close games this year? Over to Meyer. Meyer down low. Again, a tough pass, but they're going to get, I think, Christopher reaching in. They've been trying to jump passing lanes, but they've committed some fouls in the second half, just being too aggressive doing it. That's the 4th foul now on Christopher. That is the 3rd player rocking 4 fouls now for ELC, and sends Griffith to the line, a 63% shooter.
Again, using her body well, posting up strong. Christopher tried to come around. Her left hand was in the right spot, but she got her with her body.
Misses the first. She was 2 for 2 in the game before that one. Both of those makes came in the first half. Different end of the floor here. Sometimes it takes a little bit of an adjustment. Second free throw coming.
Rushie's in now for ELC, so they need to get out on her because she'll hit a 3.
She's a 3-point shooter for sure. Second one is good. It's a 2-point Vinton-Shellsburg lead, 39-37. Here is Stokes. She'll pull it from 3. Off the front iron. Rebound pulled down by Vinton-Shellsburg. I still don't think you mind that too much. She has not gotten a lot of looks for ELC as Davis, working against the Stokes press, gets it into the front court. Inside, here's Meyer, fouled. That's going to be on Jordan Stokes, and that'll be number 3 on her, and 2 foul shots coming up here for Ashley Meyer, 75% free throw shooter. She is 6 of 8, right at that 75% mark so far in the game.
Abby Davis, let's just talk about how calm, cool, and collected she has been. She has had Haley Stokes on her the entire game. Haley Stokes is one of the best, if not the best defender in Class 3A, and she has handled the ball incredibly well, handling this pressure all the way down. Great pass, and then the entry pass for the post-up here. Just fantastic job by Vinton-Shellsburg.
Yeah, gets the roll on this end, and that's a 2-possession lead now for Vinton-Shellsburg and a full timeout for Estherville Lincoln Central. Can they hold on? We're going to find out when we come back. 41-37, the 8-seed Vinton-Shellsburg has ELC on the ropes when we come back on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
Obsessively, relentlessly at your service. To me, it means being there 24/7, rain or shine, during storms, after storms.
Being a first responder to the community, to my customers.
Being there to get the customers back on and to see the smiles on their face.
To provide the kind of reliability that we can hold our heads high about.
And we want to keep our customers safe. Safety's first around here.
And that's rewarding.
We're back here at Wells Fargo Arena, the Well as they call it. It's a little bit of a trek for teams like Vinton-Shellsburg and Estherville Lincoln Central, but they want to make it worth their while. And Vinton-Shellsburg saw undefeated 24-0. Estherville Lincoln Central on the docket in the first round, a team that was a massive favorite to win everything in Class 3A.
Yes.
And now they find themselves winning by 4 with 3:36 to go. What are you trying to do to keep these girls into this and not let the moment become too big for them?
They just have to do their job, right? Defensively, they know they're staying in their triangle and 2. And offensively, they have to get the ball inside, keep the floor spread really well, because you know that Estherville Lincoln Central will be jumping those passing lanes until the final moments.
Rushy out there along with Yeager. They both have 4 fouls. The 2 Stokes as well. Stokes has her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul, and it will be 3 free throws. I believe that's on Bruce. We've seen a lot more fouls this half. That one, from that angle, it's tough for us to tell from this far away, but a shooter like Jordan Stokes is not going to have that sort of body reaction unless something got hit on the shot attempt, you would think, as Stokes makes the first.
Well, the angle is almost a 90-degree angle. If she's going forward and she's coming from the side, it just doesn't look good from most angles.
Right. It's not a direct, straight-up challenge, as the second one rattles home.
But someone you don't want at the line is Jordan Stokes.
Yeah, 81% foul shooter, top percentage from either team. Third one up, third one is good. 3 for 3 for Jordan Stokes. It cuts it to a 1-point advantage for Vinton-Shellsburg. They have it with 3:15 to go. You can't just run the clock out. You absolutely have to run your offense because of the shot clock. You love that about the innovation of the shot clock in high school basketball in the state of Iowa. Here's Griffith. She's going to go off the dribble on Anderson. Leaves it behind. Johnson's shot rejected by Stokes. Yeager gets the rebound, and here they come.
Big block by Haley Stokes.
Little hesitation all the way. Left-hand layup. Won't get the roll. Rebound, and Stokes gets called for a foul, her third. 2 free throws the other way. And again, for head coach Don Martindale, you're thinking, man, a foul that far away from the rim, that's tough. Lucky it's not on one of his players who's rocking with 4 fouls out there right now. He's got 2 of them, and the 2 Stokes both with 3.
That comes back with that frustration. Foul by Haley Stokes. She had a great hesitation. You saw the defense even relax a little bit, and as she really just drove hard to the basket, it just didn't fall.
Griffith misses another critical free throw. She's 3 for 5 in the game, but that's the second one that she's had that here in the final minutes of this fourth quarter, you gotta think there's a lot of different feelings and emotions going on for both of these teams right now. In and out, back in for Griffith, and she comes through on the second. Makes it a 2-point Vinton-Shellsburg lead with 2:40 to go. Timeout, ELC will keep it right here. They're talking about they're going to take a 30, so what are they talking about in that Estherville Lincoln Central huddle?
They're talking about what they're going to do offensively here. You can see them. Everybody's looking at the whiteboard here. What are they going to do because Jordan Stokes is not part of the offense? What are they going to do against that zone to try to get the ball inside, maybe a little penetration and kick out to Rushy? How can they score quickly and then put the press on right away and try to get a steal and score again?
2:40 on the clock. The timeout situation, 2 left for Estherville Lincoln Central, 3 left for Vinton-Shellsburg, so that's really not a factor, at least at this point. Both teams are in the double bonus, so forget about that. The real question is who's got the 4 fouls. For Vinton-Shellsburg, they don't have anybody listed with 4 fouls. 3 players on Estherville Lincoln Central with 4. That is Christopher, along with Riley Yeager and Hillary Rushy. It is Stokes looking inside to Rushy. She catches it. A lot of traffic in there. Nice little pivot and the lay-in.
Yes, and Rushy is who they went to offensively.
Davis gets the inbound, has it poked away from behind by Stokes. They'll have to re-inbound here. But now a tie game at 42 all. We know Estherville Lincoln Central is the best team on paper in this bracket. They play the games for a reason. How does Vinton-Shellsburg try to close them out is the real question. They had a 4-point lead with still 4 minutes to go. They get the ball in here to Davis.
Just smart passes inside. Use those ball fakes. Use those pump fakes.
Kreitner, reach and foul on Stokes is her 4th. And again, that's a 35, 40 feet away from the hoop foul from your best player. And now she is in real dire straits with the 4 fouls. And that'll send Kreitner to the free throw line, a 53% shooter. And she is not taking a shot at the line tonight. Misses a first.
They need her to step in and make the next one.
Kreitner has not scored. She's only taken one shot attempt. Not really a scorer, although she does average 7 a game this year, but only shoots it from the field at about 31%. Tough spot. Second one up and good. She does give them the lead, splitting the free throws. Just over 2 minutes to go. Still a ton of time considering the shot clock. Here is Anderson. Rushy, left corner three on the way long. It turns out to look like a good pass for Anderson, however. Still plenty of time. Nice pump fake and a foul. Get her in the air, draw the contact, then that'll send Stokes to the line. I'm surprised, she's gotten into the paint, but she's done the Euro step. She hasn't really done the pump fake much, and that time used it to perfection.
Yes. She drove hard. That pump fake, and she just went right into her.
But she misses the first free throw.
Which is unbelievable.
She only has 9 points in this game. She averages 21 a game. You talked about the defensive game plan, that triangle and two that Vinton-Shellsburg has been using, face guarding both Stokes girls. It has really been the factor in this game. They average way more points than they're scoring as a team. As the second one is good, we are tied at 43. Just some token pressure now. They do not want to get any cheap fouls at this point.
And they even switched. They put Jordan Stokes on Davis instead of Haley Stokes because of her foul trouble.
Here is Griffith. Pass was knocked away. She gets it back. Griffith looking for some help. Now will drive. Right hook shot. Good!
She was a little unsure about what to do. When you're not sure what to do, just drive and go take it to the hoop.
Stokes all the way. Off the glass, no good. Out of bounds to Vinton-Shellsburg off of Yeager. 45-43. Vinton-Shellsburg by 2 with 1:27 to go in the fourth. Estherville Lincoln Central, by the way, averaging 65 points a game. Sitting at just 43 here with 1.5 to go.
I feel like all those typical statistics have to be in a 5-5-on-5, or when they're not running this triangle into defense. And when it's just straight up man-to-man, that's what happens. That's not what Vinton-Shellsburg wanted to happen, and so they had to change their
Johnson
plan.
With it. She'll drive all the way. Lefty layup is good! Vinton-Shellsburg by 4!
Again, incredible spacing to create that for Johnson.
Here is the Euro by Stokes. In and out. Rebound loose. Going to be taken and picked up by Yeager. Cross court wide open is Rushy for 3. Got it!
There it is.
Huge shot by Hillary Rushy. She's got 11. And timeout right after the make. And a full timeout. We will keep it here as ELC calls it. They have 1 remaining, down by 1. It was, again, Haley Stokes trying to create as she should, let's be honest. But the loose ball after the missed shot attempt, bodies hit the floor. Chaos on the rebound leaves Rushy wide open on the weak side. And what a find from the corner. And just a clutch shot from a clutch player.
Yes, that cross-court shot. But Stokes was on the ground. Griffith was on the ground. And if there's somebody in that zone that you have to know where they are, it's Rushy, because she can light it up. She's had so many threes, right? She's a great shooter. They have to know, Vinton-Shellsburg has to know where she is.
And she's not a Stokes, so, and honestly, the game plan is you have to have 2 eyes on a Stokes at all times, and Rushy's not a Stokes. So when everybody's crashing down and around for a rebound, 34 sometimes has found herself loose and open, and she has come through.
Right, because no one's personally assigned to guard her right in that zone.
They leave her to go get the rebound. They won't leave one of the Stokes girls. So.
Yes, now look for Julia Johnson is on the court. So who's guarding her? Yeager has her. She has to stay tight on her.
This is the full court pressure that ELC loves to run. They do get it into Davis, but they have to get it across the timeline in 10. Davis will do that. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson will hand it back to Davis. 38 seconds left. 13-second differential between the shot and game clock. And a reach-in foul is going to be called out up top on Jordan Stokes, and now she's got 4. So 4 players out there with 4 fouls. The only one that doesn't have 4 is Anderson. But at this point in the game with 34 seconds left, that's not that big of a deal. You're not sitting anybody because of foul trouble.
No, but you could see Haley and Jordan talking, hey, we got to switch. Jordan, you have to take her.
Davis.
And now they both have 4. But this game now comes down to free throws.
Davis makes the first. Kreitner in. IMT substitution. Johnson out. Another huge free throw coming up here for Abby Davis. 74% on the season. Second one up. Got it. 49-46, ELC. Shot clock is off. Miscommunication! They throw it away. Anderson was cutting, and Stokes throws it out of bounds, and indeed, we are going to have intentional fouling, and now you got to be smart as who's going to commit those fouls.
Yes, you can see, make sure your best foul shooters are in. You can see.
And Schiltz comes in. I'm certain Schiltz is going to be in charge of trying to make that foul.
Yep.
But somebody's going to have to do it no matter who it is.
Yep, 27.9 seconds.
Here comes the inbounds pass. Meyer lobs it towards Griffith. She makes a tough catch and is fouled by Schiltz.
Great body control by Griffith. An excellent pass there. They're always trying to get the ball to Davis, but they went to Griffith.
Yeah, it's a good catch and a good job not dragging that pivot foot because that's a really tough spot, and you sometimes can get called for a travel there. By the way, only the first foul on Schiltz, so they did a good job managing who was going to commit that foul.
Right, she has an assignment. She has to keep that clock stopped.
First free throw on the way. Oh. It's been a rough half for Griffith at the line, but she can still make it a two-possession game with a make. Schiltz out. Stokes back in.
Johnson out.
And that
Kreitner back in for the defense.
Offense for defense here for both teams. Big free throw here for Griffith to make it a 4-point game.
And a big rebound here if there's a miss.
She got it. 4-point game. 50-46. 26 seconds to go. Top seed ELC in trouble. They got to get a quick two.
The seniors trying to put it out of reach for.
Poked away. It's loose. Jordan Stokes fires an off-balance three. No good.
Huge rebound.
Big rebound. Here's Griffith. ELC's got a foul. They do. Foul on Anderson's her third. She's the only one that's out there that could commit the foul and not foul out. But now, with only 9 seconds to go, Vinton-Shellsburg.
The 8 seed. The 8 seed.
Against an unbeaten Estherville Lincoln Central is only 9 seconds away from one of the biggest upsets in girls high school basketball tournament history.
This is an unbelievable group from Vinton-Shellsburg. Coach Heisman has coached them since they were in third grade.
Griffith, a very friendly bounce.
Yeah, since they were in third grade, he's gone with them all the way through. He believes in them. He knows they're difference makers. He knows how special these girls are. He's so confident in this team, and look at where they are.
Griffith makes both when she needed them. 9 seconds to go. 7 seconds. Stokes fires a three. No good.
Great
rebound. Griffith, she's fouled. It's going to happen.
Unbelievable.
They were outscored in the first quarter 14-2.
14-2, yes.
And now it's going to look like a runaway for Vinton-Shellsburg.
Brilliant plan defensively by Vinton-Shellsburg to go to the triangle in two.
Wow. Only 1.6 seconds to go. That foul was also on Anderson, so everybody on the floor has 4. Nobody fouled out. Griffith, another. And she's now piling it on. A double-double for her, 16 and 10.
The Stokes average 35. They have 20 tonight, most of that in transition. So they took 15 points away easily just from their averages.
17 for Griffith. That's going to do it. Vinton-Shellsburg has pulled the upset.
Wow.
They beat Goliath.
Wow, they did it.
The Bikettes knock off previously unbeaten Estherville Lincoln Central 54-46. They will play in the semifinals of the Class 3A state basketball tournament.
Vinton-Shellsburg hasn't been here since 1999, and they're going to party like it's 1999. It's been a stale 24 years, but Vinton-Shellsburg is back.
And they are back in style. Nobody gave them a chance coming in here. Nobody.
Wow, those seniors, those 6 seniors, unbelievable.
And all 6 of them played the heaviest minutes on the floor. The only player that we saw that wasn't a senior is Julia Johnson, a junior, and she played a big role in this game too, but
yes,
unbelievable. And now the sky's the limit. For every team in 3A, they just saw this happen.
Yes.
This is the first 3A game. Let's go to our PA announcer.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Don Martindale and the Estherville Lincoln Central for an outstanding basketball season. And now, Ashley Meyer will advance her team to the semifinal bracket.
Well, the Vinton-Shellsburg Vicats have pulled off what many believed was going to be impossible, and they are through to the semifinal round of the Class 3A tournament, and every single team in the Class 3A bracket now feels like this thing is wide open. Joanna Settles, how'd they do it?
You know, they had a very clear game plan. It was crisp, and they stuck to it. It didn't hold true so well in the first quarter because there were too many transition points by ELC, but they took out Jordan Stokes and Haley Stokes for the most part in the half court and wouldn't allow them to do the scoring, and just brilliant coaching by Coach Heisman and staff. We do have to shout out to Bree Christopher and Jordan Stokes, seniors for ELC. Incredible 24-1 season that they finished
and what
with.
Careers. I mean,
Yes.
really accomplished careers. And the reason this team was 24-0 this year was because they're a great team. And
Yes.
we know that. But like you said, something about having 6 seniors in the rotation on the other side probably made a big difference as well.
It did, and Coach Heisman, you know, his girls bought into his positive words of affirmation, that mentality of greatness, and they stay to play another day at the WOW.
They will play on Thursday. They'll have a couple of days off here in Des Moines, 1:30 start time. They'll play the winner of Benton Community and Des Moines Christian. Those two teams are both 21-3, and they're about to take the floor right now for their game. Joanna, this was fun. It's always a blast working with you.
Absolutely.
Can't wait till we do it again. All right, that'll just about do it for us, folks. On behalf of Joanna Settles and our entire team here in Des Moines, my name is Emery Songer. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2023 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. And you've been watching it on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy.